What's up, guys? Good to see you. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the diesel heater. I have learned, I try to learn more and more about these diesel heaters as I can, as much as I can. I had something really odd go on with this one. I'll tell you about it in just a minute. But I want to tell you, first of all, there's a link down below to a video that tells all of the error codes, and it's a very helpful video. Check it out. Very, very informative video. I'll tell you what, I'll swear by the diesel heaters, the Chinese diesel heaters, for what you're spending on it. Usually, there's no problem. One of them, I still have one of them that I haven't used, but my first one I used 2 years and it went bad. And then I got this one I have now, and it's been working great until about a week ago. So I had noticed when I would turn it off, it would say error code 909 E09. If I remember right, that is a sensor code. So when it's cooling down, that sensor tells if it's getting too hot or it's not cooling down properly. So I noticed that it just wasn't blowing. Like I went to turn it back on and it wouldn't ignite. It wouldn't fire up. It would just keep, the fan would be blowing, but it wasn't firing up. I wasn't sure what was wrong. So I took the wires off my house battery. I replaced those wires with a thicker gauge. I had seen this somewhere on YouTube. I don't remember where I seen it, but I put a thicker gauge wire on there and it worked. And so it was doing fine for about a week. And then all of a sudden yesterday, it said 05 error code when I was turning it off. And then it flashed 06 error code as it was shutting down. And then it flashed 09 error code again. I was like, what? Now those three sensors, I went and found the video that I'm telling you about, the link below. One is a heating sensor code. One is an overheating, and I believe the other one was it wasn't getting fuel. I'm not sure. You'll have to go back and watch those codes. But I thought, geez, what the heck? So what I did, as you can see, my diesel heater is an all-in-one. It's everything's together in one piece. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to vacuum everything out of it, dust it, clean it. And so it took me about an hour. I took it out of my closet, set it out here, took everything apart, dusted it, cleaned it. On the fan on the back, there's like a little dust cover, like it would catch lint, like a vent. I took that off, cleaned it, put everything back. Also put the hose on the inside where that fan was and vacuumed it, put the hose, and I didn't take apart the heater itself. You can take the plastic off the heaters. I didn't do that, but I did everything else. I cleaned around it, cleaned everything, put it back together, and bam, it just worked perfect. It sounds good. So it was just dirty. I don't know why it flashed all three of those codes. I thought that was weird. I looked all over YouTube. I couldn't see one flashing several codes, but it ended on the E09 code. So yeah, I guess I'm pretty lucky that that's all it was. But yeah, so definitely, I'm just going to do that once a month. Take everything apart, clean it out. Now also, a good tip I've learned on these heaters is when you turn them off, turn them on high for about 15 minutes. That's what I've been doing. And they say it helps keep it clean, cleans the soot, I guess. But yeah, it definitely, it sounds brand new again. It just, that dusting and cleaning. And there's so many videos out there about these diesel heaters, but the best one I have found about all of the error codes is, I put the link down below. It is a good watch if you deal with these heaters. And I mean, all of us would like to have a $1,500 diesel heater, but you know what? Most of us can't afford that. And so this Chinese diesel heater I got for $150, and this will be its second winter, and it warms my van totally. I have a bread truck, if you didn't know, and it warms my van very well. I mean, almost too hot. If it is not below 30, 35, I have to turn the vents on and let air in because it gets too hot. It'd be too cold without it, but it warms it up well. So yeah, if you have a smaller van, a diesel heater might not be the way to go. unless you're just going to turn it on and turn it off when you go to sleep and then wake up and turn it on. But yeah, I'll swear by these little diesel heaters. I don't even know what brand this one is. It didn't have a brand name on it. But, you know, for 150 bucks, it was well worth the try. And it definitely works well for the van. You know, the only other heat I've had in my van is the buddy heater. And you know what? They get a bad rap because people are not careful with them. They don't get enough circulation or ventilation. With those heaters, you must have that. And I even have good circulation and ventilation going with my diesel heater. But diesel heat is a drier heat, which is nice. But, you know, as backup heat, I can't beat the Mr. Buddy heater. I have a little heat fan that sits on top of it that blows the air, you know, the warm air around. So, yeah, you know, a Buddy heater, I'll swear by those too. You just have to be very cautious and very careful. Learn all you can about them. And, yeah, definitely they're worth having as well. But as I said, that's the only other type of heat I've had in here in my van. And so, but the diesel heater is my favorite for sure. It's such a great dry heat. And, you know, it's a feel-good heat. It feels like you're sitting by a fireplace in here sometimes. And the noise of the diesel heater don't bother me at all. It's just a tick of that water pump or that fuel pump. It's just the tick sound of that puts me to sleep sometimes. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. I hope this helped out, but I promise you that link below to that video I told you about will help you out if you have error codes on your diesel heater. Be sure and check this video out. It's very informative. Okay, guys, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace out.